Hello? Why am I getting the bad internet logo immediately? This is ridiculous. Oh god, I don't want to hear myself. Stop it. Stop it. Don't do that. That's awful. Um, hello? Hopefully you can hear me. Because the thing is saying dumb stuff. What's wrong with you? I guess let me know if you can't hear me. It's probably fine. This is Dead Dodge Garage Live, by the way. Right on time as usual. Busy day indeed. Hello! Mike Noodle, Midnight Gambler, Cave Dave, Bullwag, Patrick Sullivan, Robert Fitch, McLovin, Jeff R, Mrs. Law, Dan Orcutt. Coming in loud and clear. Well, that's good news. If the video's glitchy, we'll just deal with that. Yeah. I don't know. It's still on. Whatever. We'll just pretend that's not happening. Anyway, yeah, Rooster's tractor's on fire, I guess. So, see, what had happened was, yeah, there's literally nothing I can do about the internet. I don't know. Let's see. This will either fix it or ruin everything. Hang on. Is it fixed or is it ruined or is it exactly the same? It's exactly the same. Okay, well, it was a nice idea. Anyway, yeah. I believe I've mentioned I was, that fixed it? Really? I didn't fix the thing over here. Oh, we'll just leave it that way. Robert Fish says exactly the same. It's gonna be fine. Everything's fine. Doesn't matter. It's all fine. I believe I've mentioned. Oh, video's frozen. Nice. Perfect. Awesome. It's not my fault. Is your hair fixed? God, no. Set building for a musical. Mary Poppins Jr. Today was the last showing, the matinee. It is what it is, and it is. So I went to watch the show, and then immediately after the show, which ended at 4, myself and a crew of volunteers stormed the stage and take everything apart. Yeah, and everything was going great, but there were still some kids in the theater, you know, their parents are volunteering or whatever. And one kid shoved another kid playing around into a fire alarm. And the fire alarm went off, and the entire theater had to evacuate. And we're standing out on the curb, and we had to wait for the manager of the theater to come down, unlock a room, and get in to turn the alarm off. And so, yeah, storm the stage of a kid's show after the kids leave. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the video. It's just not going to work as long as you can hear me. That's literally all that matters. Yeah, so anyway, that burned like, I'd say 25, 30 minutes. I would have been late, but I wouldn't have been that late. Rich Riker in the house. Hola, Scrap Packers. What's good in the hood? Mark Shitpaniak. Jamie, just watched your hour-long video on the Dart Sport. Never saw you so happy driving a car like that. How do you compare that car to Dale's Demon? Well, they're very different. Dale's Demon is a straight-line car. That car is not a straight-line car. It's something very different. It's rowdy. You can't bang corners in the Demon like you can in that car. That thing, if you want to do like handling course things or some really spirited driving, as I was allegedly doing in that video, don't look at the speedometer. Just don't look at it. And then you won't know how fast I was going. And if I don't tell you the speed limit of the 2-lane I was on, then you really won't know. But anyway. Yeah, it's a very different thing. I mean, Dale's Demon is more direct. It's manual everything. It's manual drum brakes. It's, you know, it's old school. simple. Um, it's really fun in a straight line. It's honestly pretty fun to go around corners too, but it's nothing like that dart sport. So they're just two very, very different approaches to building an A-body. 6 is in the house. Happy weekend. Dang it, kids. Did it all work out? It worked out. Also, it was a 74 dart sport. Try standing on your head. Oh, I'm good. Dude, I did, maybe someone somewhere might have seen my comment on Tom's video today. Because right at the beginning he said that he still needed a haircut, and I was like, dude, stay in your lane. Constantly needing a haircut is my thing. Anyway, yeah. You still doing mail trucks? Yeah, I have to do one tomorrow. No. Yes, we know at 60 on the speedometer it's actually 65. Yes, and if you watch the speedometer closely, which I don't recommend you do, you may have seen it hit 80, 85 a couple times, allegedly. Patrick Radcliffe. Oh, Jamie, what's the deal with the Tremec transmission? They're like the guys making them modern, fancy transmissions. Mike Noodle wants to know what I'm sipping. It's the Incline Imperial Raspberry. Last one. Yeah. That's funny, Jeff R. The fire department showed up as well, and they couldn't turn it off. Yeah. Baneless asked, did the purple 73 Charger ever get finished? Yes, he's been in a bunch of car shows this year. It was at local one yesterday. Someone sent me a picture of it. Now, finished is a relative term. I mean, project cars are never really finished. Am I quiet? I don't know. I feel like I'm quiet, but maybe I'm just going deaf. That would make sense. No, that's too much. Too hot. Too hot. All right. It was my imagination. Project car. Haven't done his new gauges yet. Haven't put the 8 3/4 in it. It's still rocking an 8 1/4. Just had to put a new radiator in it last week because the new radiator that I paid a lot of money for died the big death. So that car is out there. It's driving. He takes it to car shows and drives it on nice days. Excuse me. It's done a little bit over 1,000 miles, I think, at this point. But yeah, there's still more to do. Driveway Misfits Chris says, just watched your Magnum Opus on the Duster. It's a dart sport. Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, that was fun. It does sound great at 6,000 RPM. I don't think I got very plus. But I definitely smooched 6,000 a couple times. And man, it sounds good. And that's just getting me excited for my 273, which is going to be north of that. Robert Fitch, must be a real sense of accomplishment finishing that long project and sending it home. Dude, you have no idea. You have no idea. And just the fact that it all worked out the way it did. Like, I just got a random text from Tom asking if I knew of any cars that needed to go to California. And I said, well, yes, I do. This dart sport. And he said, but that's not done. And I said, yes, it is. It's done right now. I need to put a sway bar on it and wash it, but it's good to go. And then I got a hold of Dylan, and Dylan said, yup. And he just took delivery of it about, I think, an hour and a half ago. Something like that. It is back in California. Let me read his last text. This thing is tons of fun. It's nuts. I'm a little scared. And my response? You should be. It's awesome. It is quite the car. Answer 14 is jelly of the 75 Duster I recently acquired. I didn't. I didn't. That wasn't mine. That belongs to Ellen. And nothing against you personally. But I always say in videos when it's not my car, and I did in that car. So I'll guess you just missed it. It was a pretty long video. And I didn't say it at the beginning. I took, to be fair, I told the Duster story. I guess, but I also mentioned that I got a Duster too. But okay. I didn't get the nice Duster. I got this rusty piece of garbage. And that is my brother. What's the word? scrutinizing, going over the Duster because his first car was a Duster, and he is ready to own another one. And I don't want it. Nope, I'm good. Anyway. What's going on with everybody? Rooster said something about 2 storms back-to-back and 80-mile-an-hour winds. Oh, dang! Bill Mize is here. Bill Mize sent me $50. Thank you, Bill. And said, awesome job on the dart. Thank you. Yes, very, very proud of that. The way that turned out is just, yeah. That wrench was, whatever it was making that noise was under the car, not in the car. And I'm thinking about going... I'm thinking about going down that hill on foot to see if I can find it. Don't make me get on the drums. I'll do it. Bill James in the house. How's it going? Martin Adams is here. Done with third Sunday with a birthday party. Man, I tell you what, being done with the dart sport and now being done with that musical, there's so much off my shoulders now. I got to get Vivian's dart done, and I got to build an engine for Josh Jesh still. And then I got to do Tom's diesel swap. What am I forgetting? I mean, there are still things that I have to do, but they're not so pressing. Mopar Jimmy, any suggestions on a good front-end rebuild kit on my Duster? Thanks. I don't buy the kits. I buy everything piecemeal because I use polyurethane lower control arm bushings, polyurethane strut rod bushings usually, and then rubber offset upper control arm bushings, and you can't get a kit like that. So I just piecemeal everything. War Ghost in the house. What's up? PQ's Speed Shop loved the dart video. Thank you. Thank you. Therapy, cider, same thing. Nice. Fox Can Fix a Garage was most of the way through a Performance Late A-Body episode. Then this whole live thingy popped up. Nice. Yeah, honestly, that gear rollover noise is not that bad. I have heard much, much worse. Yeah. Yeah. Aw, he said my engine. Josh sent me $20. Thanks, Josh. I did finally get the Ram truck back. Finally. Oh my God. He put a bunch of fuel in it, so then he wanted to keep driving it. I've done that. He wanted to burn. Yeah, Bill. Unfortunately, I'm getting the bad internet logo. It's been going the entire time I've been streaming. I'm not even on Wi-Fi. I'm on hardwired internet on this thing. Huh. Weird. So I don't know what the dealio is, but as long as the audio is okay, we're just going to have to live with it. Anyway, my brother wanted to burn all of the fuel he put in the ramp truck, and then he continued driving it, until the middle U-joint started squealing all the time. It's been bad forever. It's had a little clunk to it, but now it squeaks constantly. So he gave me my truck back. That was nice. He did change the oil, but I had to pay for it. I think we split it or something. He had it done at work, actually. He didn't do it. And they changed my fuel filter. That was nice. Now I got to buy another spare, though. So yeah, anyway, it needs to be 5-speed time with a quickness. Mick Levin said, could I borrow it next? Well, maybe? I almost loaned it to David to tow the Dart GT home, but it's for the best I didn't. Guy Kugler, hi Jamie, you pointed out the 318 weak spot above the cylinder, the spot in the head gasket that always leaks. Is it the same on Magnum engines? Yes, it is. They did not change that. Oh, wow. Al Sears in the house and says, watch Zip Ties and Buy Supplies put a Cummins in a VW bus. It was a good long weekend. That sounds awesome. Abraham Mata, hell yeah, great Dodge Dart. Al Bundy's Mighty Dodge video. So, of course, Al Bundy's Dodge was a Plymouth Duster, and it was brown, and technically it was a 70. Oh, I can't remember if it's 70 or 71 or 2. It doesn't matter. It's the earlier nose Duster, and it's brown. So the video I did on Ellen's Duster last week, that is like closer, but it's still the wrong year. Wrong nose. Also, 68 Charger. Nice. 6. What's the best Mopar engine, not performance-wise, just general reliability? I might have to go 318 on that one. Yeah, I mean, the Slant 6 is legendary for being unkillable. I've proved that's wrong a couple times. I think I'm going 318. I love 318s. Yeah. Oh wow. Retracker says I was so gratified yesterday. Took my dart to a car show. They asked me to park it up front to try and entice more muscle cars in. Said it sounded badass. Nice. Nice. That is what brothers are for. To run your garbage into the ground and then yeah, Paul. So they're to run your garbage into the ground and yeah. Bill sounds like my brother. Wear it out, bring it back in a box. Yeah, Alan was wearing flip flops, and no, he didn't give me a blower. Yeah. I need to buy a shop roof, and ironically, a shop roof costs literally exactly the same as the 426 Hemi blower kit. So I'm gonna have to figure out what my priorities are. The kids musical was today was the matinee. They've been playing since Thursday. I went to the last show and then tore down all that beautiful stuff I built with volunteer help. And that's why I was late. Aben in the house. Dan Tupper in the house. 318 Will Run is in the house. How's it going? I referenced your channel twice. Which video was that? Was that my 318? I don't remember. But I needed some random bits of information, and I found them on your channel twice over the course of the same video. I thought it was fun. I didn't even realize I had done it twice. Mark Bass, does a Cummins diesel count? Well, no, because it's not a Mopar engine. Mostly Mopar says the Dart Sport is awesome, as was the video. Thanks. Thank you very much. Very proud of that. Turned out great. That video, today's video, the reason it was so late getting out, excuse me, with Alan's contributions and the cut-in clips I did, 505 video clips, 2 hours and 35 minutes of footage. And I cut it down to an hour 40 or something. So much happened in that video. We were just jamming on it for 2 weeks to get everything done. Yeah. Answer 14 says, I have to see what you think of painting the engine bay an original Mopar color, but painting the car a different but coordinating Mopar color. Gold body, twilight blue engine bay, it looks cool. I believe you when you say it looks cool, but I still wouldn't do it. But, you know, it's your car. Nice. That's my 68 Charger. First car. I've owned it for 34 years. That's fantastic. And Gopher Garage says 225 can be killed. Saw it in person. I did it in person. LA 318. Polys are neat, but every poly I've ever seen smoked. Like every one. Polys tend to be like worn out. Oh, my sister's here. I never said hi to the early people. Kevin Brunk, Stephen Andrews, Plymouth on Plywood. I did say hi to Robert Fitch. Dr. Art. Wow, Dr. Art was here early too. I guess I said hi to the other early people. Is the drum set new? No, it's literally been in the studio the entire time. Downstairs, because the image, I have bad reception tonight. And by reception, I mean this computer is plugged into the internet and YouTube's just mad. I don't know why. There's nothing I can do about it. Polygraphs are not admissible in court. In the old studio, go back and watch, just pick a live. You can see the edge of that drum set right like here in the frame because things were oriented differently. My desk was in a corner and then the drum set was in the other corner, so it wasn't directly behind me. I've been drumming for a long time. Da, da, da. Jeff Militich in the house. How's it going? Twisted Mopar Garage. 182 people here. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you being here. Paul Demon or Diamond. Hi, Jamie. Impressed by your talents. What year were you born? Someone taught you well. 1990. Fully self-taught. No one in my family drove, except my grandpa. We didn't live with him. So I figured out all the car stuff by myself, using the internet and some reading. But thank you. Appreciate that. Chris Greenhill's Garage. Always prioritize the Hemi blower. Well, I need a roof on that shop really bad because it rains inside. Brady Dog. Jamie, why not take the white Neon and drive it head on to the 81 Challenger? Oh, I thought, you know what? Why not? Let's do it. Did Uncle Tony mail the note? A lot of us are disturbed. Yes, Uncle Tony said, and I'm quoting directly, it's red, just dirty as hell. I don't know what we're talking about. Evan. Uncle Tony messaged me and said, Jamie, my viewers are panicking. Yeah, if you're just joining us, thanks for being here. Everybody coming over from Tom's. And, it's Zildjian. K. Edwards. Everybody coming over from Tony's stream, welcome. Thanks for being here. If you're just joining and you haven't heard, I've been working. I was in charge of set building for a children's musical. I was hired 3 weeks before the first show. I think it was 3 weeks before the first show I was hired. And we delivered everything. It worked out. No one died. But it was crazy. And so that's been taking up a lot of my time lately. That's why I've had a lot of guest videos. I've had things late or videos I just didn't put out at all. Today was the last show. It was teardown day, strike day. After the last show, we stormed the stage with impact wrenches and took a bunch of set pieces apart. A kid horsing around with another kid. One of them got thrown into a fire alarm that took 25 to 30 minutes to get shut off. So I had to wait. Now we're here. Willie the Wave stopped in to say he loves me. Thank you, Willie. Appreciate that. Well, inline 6s are inherently balanced. 4s, not so much. Quite the opposite, in fact. Holy crap. Felis Concolor? Flooding in with the rest of the Uncle Tony guys. There were multiple Al Bundy cars. Dang it. I don't know. Okay, so that's Evan sent me a message and said it was red. It was just dusty as hell. Well, check this out. There were several different versions of the Dodge over the years. There's the red one, but the most common one, I think, that you see is the brown one. There's also a blue one. Why did it just change cars throughout the... Who knows? I imagine they never mentioned it. Yep. A red one, a brown one, and a blue one. Brian Sigourney's here from Kansas City, Kansas. There's a Kansas City in Kansas, too? Who knew? Oh, Green Beans getting picked up next week. Nice. Video seems better. Well, I still have the logo, so. Chris Marquardt, perhaps, says, need another Perkins Diesel video. Well, I'm thinking about making one. Sandy Hill Classic Auto Repair. A-Body Guy here, too. First time watching you live. Well, thanks for being here. Appreciate that. And I think I saw another comment from you asking if I was going to Mopar. I think that was you. Yeah. So I have a tentative plan to go to No Name Nationals and Mopar, but I truly do not know if it's going to happen because my car is still in pieces. My wife has informed me that she wouldn't mind going to parts away from here. She's not going to go for the entire 2.5, 3 week long trip. She'll fly home. So that's further inspiration to get that car done so I can actually do that. But as of now, Barracuda's in pieces. There's an insane number of things that need to happen. So I pretty much am not going if that car is not drivable because otherwise, what's the point, you know? Actually, K. Edwards, I've got a Meinl ride right there. I've got a Meinl. I've got a couple Zildjians, but I just keep going back to that 20-inch Meinl. I like it more. McLovin asked, is the video doing well? Boy, howdy! Hold on. Current numbers, 13,200 views in 5 hours. Of course, I got it out super late. Late Sunday videos always kind of do that. But that is 2,500 views ahead of the Duster video from last week, which was my number one recently. Not by a ton like this one is, but by a bit. So yes, it's doing quite well. Obviously, it's a long video. Usually those get a lot of watch hours. It's got an average view duration of 30 minutes, which, you know, for an hour-and-a-half video, that's either good or, yeah. And you didn't lose the shop. Why does that look just like the Dart Sport I just shipped away? Paul Wortman, I hope you got all the money for that project. You know what? I think it was fair. I'm happy with it. I didn't charge anywhere near as much as like a real shop or anyone would. But I'm happy with it. And only 48 hours of straight editing. I was trying to explain that earlier. Yeah, 2.5 hours of raw footage. You can 2 to 3 times that for editing. So yes, solid 5. Solid 5. Great video today. What's up with the oil pressure? I don't know. Who's your favorite musician? Ooh, that's tough. My favorite musician. Not my favorite guitarist, not my favorite singer, not my favorite songwriter, not my favorite drummer. My favorite musician, period. I don't know, man. I don't know. Lately, the guy, you know, that guy from Primus. Why have I forgotten his name? I knew it yesterday. It'll come to me. Go for Garage says, have done several A-body subframe connectors. I usually do the cut the floor method, but lots of work. They tuck up higher. Yes, they do, but then they get in the way of other things, and the factory frame rails still hang down there, although it is right in the center. Yeah. I don't mind that kind. I like easy. And that thing, the results speak for themselves. It's amazing. Paul Wortman asked, which guitar is close? I still have the world's heaviest acoustic, but I actually made another foolish purchase this week. Squier Jazzmaster. Note the gold pickguard. I bought this guitar brand new. It's not orange. I don't know why it looks orange. It's very red. That's weird. Anyway, I ordered this guitar brand new in 2012. I put the pickguard on it, took it off of my J Mascis. And then I sold it to a friend, and he had it until last year, traded it into the guitar store. They sold it in like a couple days, and they had just gotten it back when I stopped by yesterday to pick up my compressor, which is now fixed. And the sentiment got me, and I bought it. I've been looking for a J Mascis. I love those things. I might play it later. I'll consider it. But anyway. Did you send the dart sport with a broken two-step switch? It was stuck on. I don't know why. I poked it a couple times and then it was working fine. You load this live stream with family members? They just show up of their own accord. Haven't seen my brother yet. What brand of wire are you running that gave you so many issues? Just whatever the local welding shop has. And I've never had an issue with it before. I don't know if it was actually that roll of wire or what. YouTube has a case of the crabs. Well, the bad internet logo... Oh, I shouldn't have looked at it. It went from 1 dot to 2 dots. Now it's back to 1. Since you're not jumping up and down, I'm guessing Perky hasn't fallen off its head. No. Alcir likes the video backdrop. Not musically inclined, but 2 thumbs up. Thank you. Yes, we are in my studio. My old office was also a studio. But you could see my Hot Wheels collection prominently featured. Unfortunately, it's now on a giant shelf that doesn't fit there. So it's over here. But we got the Rapid Transit banner. And I have to give a shout out for that. I may have a long time ago. I can't remember. If I can find my damn list. What an embarrassment. Nope, I literally have no idea. I don't know where it went. Oh, here we go. Mark. A gentleman named Mark sent me that banner. Thank you, Mark. It's featured in all my live streams. Anyway, what are we doing? I don't even know. A lot of great musicians. Yeah, there are too many. Brady, my parents died. It's a sore subject. Gary Herger, Mopar Car Show this Sunday, August 10th, Oak Harbor, Washington, at the Dodge dealer Oak Harbor Motors. Hope to see some of you there. You won't see me, but have fun. Brian, what do you think about the Aero Band digital guitars that are out now? Never heard of it, and I hate it already. 6 was a Strat guy till I played my first Paul and never looked back. Well, there's my first Les Paul. Well, I guess technically it was my second. I traded the first one for that. I didn't have the first one long. Love that guitar. It's featured in this artwork. Boop. For my previous band, my old band, 2010. We took that picture with that amp and that guitar. Love that thing. It's really hard on shoulders, and so I switched to an SG, and the tone was close. But yeah, so now I just got this one, and it's just a Chinese Epiphone, but I put that Ibanez bridge pickup in it, added the pick guard, fixed the strings, action, various things, and that's actually, as excited as I am about the Jazzmaster, that thing, that is the money. Yeah, Colin must be laying under an Impala. Yeah. Wire offset's more money than a Strat because, I don't know, they're so hot right now. Dude, Joe at the guitar store totally hit me with the FOMO because I said, I don't want to spend $300 on this today. I'm going to think about it. And he said, I said, I'll come back, when you open again on Tuesday or maybe Wednesday. And he said, it'll probably sell by then. Every offset I get in here sells in like a day or two. Damn it. All right, fine. The Shaggy. Hello. I have a question about a Ram Charger. Wondering if you've heard of the Tough Truck version. No, but there's the Macho Power Wagon. Is that what you're thinking of? That's Gary Hergert had one of those. I did a video on it. You mentioned the Top Hand. That's one of many, many, many goofy half-ton Dodge adult toys from the mid-late 70s period. Oh, but anyway, 6. I was also a Strat guy. My Strat is right there next to the Les Paul. Whoop, there. It no longer has a stand. We're officially out of stands. I'm going to get a 5-guitar stand and then fill that in a day. Jeff Oath, am I the first to ask if the head is off Perky? No, you're third. Jeff Militich says rubber blocks on the peanut butter dart need to go. I actually disagree. I think that's an important part of the look. Pretty Dog, why don't you stuff in commercials in your videos like everyone else, hawking earbuds and t-shirts? Because screw that. Yes, Les Claypool, thank you. I'm impressed with the way you spelled that, Paul. I always found Yngwie pretentious, and I don't like his music. Oh, yeah, Plymouth on Plywood. Steel Beans, obviously, best musician. He's all of them at once. I love that man. I regret not shaking his hand when I saw him, but he was playing The Gorge the next day. I saw him at a pretty decent-sized venue in Seattle, and he was playing The Gorge. And so he had to, like, leave and get on a bus or something. So I didn't want to bug him, but a bunch of other people did. I should have just gone up and shook his hand. Have to edit for swearing. That's absolutely right, Paul. Nice. Believe in Yourself said, love the length of that video. Paused it right at the 1 hour mark to enjoy once I'm horizontal. Excellent. Considered cutting it into 2 videos, but you know what? Then there would be no payoff in the first half. You know what I mean? So, yeah. It just had to be one. And honestly, like, yes, I cut an hour of footage, but there's a lot of repeating myself. There's a lot of boo-boos. There, and then a lot of it was the driving footage where you don't need to see every second of that. So, yeah, I'm really happy with how it worked out. Again, as I've discussed many times, I do not shoot for a given length on any video. I just knew this one can't be 2.5 hours. We got to get that down. So, yeah. Brady Dog didn't know I play bass. Where have you been? I play bass, drums, guitar. I've been writing songs for 22 years. And I also play a little bit of keyboard. Not that I'm like a trained pianist or anything, but I've got a Rhodes over here. And I can make some noise on that. I have on many, many recordings. Just me. Is 10K a decent price for a 66 convertible Valiant with 273? If it's a nice car, like a really nice car, I would say yes. Maybe. Maybe. Chris sent me $10 and said, "Victory corn dogs for finishing the dart sport are on me." Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate that. K. Edwards. I'm being lazy and not looking through the archive. Any Omni Horizon videos? No. Tom already sold the 66 Cornet. Bastard. I shouldn't have bought it, but I really like that car. It's super, super nice. Willie the Wave says, "You don't love me anymore." That is not true, sir. No, yay. Barracuda. Mr. Jamie, did those Hotchkiss subframe connectors stiffen up that car in your latest video sufficiently? Oh yeah, buddy. Now, and here's the thing. I always wish that I could do like a step-by-step, like this is what this part does, this is what this does, this is what this does. And it just never works out that way. And I just had to get that car done, so I had to do so many multiple operations at once. I don't know. I can't tell you this piece is what made it awesome. This piece is what made this difference, You need to do exactly this. You don't need to do this. I mean, you don't need to do a lot of what was done on that car. I've covered that. But holy crap. What a package. Insane. Very insane. Oh, right. I was going to play bass. Joe at the guitar store fixed the intonation and stuff on the 4001. It's actually playable now. This also looks orange. It's not orange. I'm not into orange guitars. I'm into red guitars. I was walking out of the guitar store with the Jazz Master, and he said, "You got to stop buying red guitars from us." And I said, "No." Alan Campbell has been a member for 11 months. Wow. And said, "New studio looks great. Good work." Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Oh, and Taco Time, I don't know who read this. Thanks for posting Alan's 318 video. Yes, happy to do it. Happy to do it. I so appreciate his help. This is an X-Parrot. It has expired. Whatever. So many comments. Jeff Militich, just check the store. You sell out of Dale's Demon tees? No. If you don't see the Dale's Demon tee, you're not in the actual store. Go to shop.deaddodgegarage.com. I'm wearing a Ramp Truck shirt. This is actually the prototype. It doesn't have the border, and the truck is so dark, it like disappears in most light. See that? So we have a redo, and it's good to go, and I just have to do it, and I haven't done it yet. Same with the 2 banana shirt designs. You ever watch Rick Beato? I have. Oh, Brady Dog's just screwing with me. Conroy Cavasu catches base. Nice. Oh, wow. The Shaggy says, we own a Big Block Macho, 77 Warlock, and 79 Warlock 2. Not familiar with that. Was curious, it was a conversion company from Elkhart, Indiana. Never heard of such a thing. Interesting. Speaking of commercials inserted in the middle of the live, McLovin put up a link to the actual merch store, shop.deaddodgegarage.com. Dennis Wheeler headed out. Thanks for being here. Yeah. Brian with a great question. Oh, and Jeff too. No, the Ram Truck tees aren't available. I need to get them. I don't know why I haven't done that. There's no reason. Yeah, Jeff, here's the shirt. Ow! Stepped on my own headphone cord and messed up my hair. Good work. Ace. What an embarrassment. There you go. Yep. There you go. And on the back, it says, not for hire. And Dead Dodge Garage. No, that ain't right. That's right. Did I mention I played a show last night? I don't think I did. Did I say hi to Fleetwood? No. How's it going, Fleetwood? Seriously. Need 20 more guitar stands. This is a problem. Yeah. What are we doing? Where are we at? Kay Edwards, what's the most nostalgic vehicle of your childhood? 1981 Ford Econoline van. Change the name of the live to Cars and Guitars. Yeah. Did I say yes to John Bonham being my favorite drummer? By far, no comparison. Mark Knopfler is a great guitarist. Love that guy. And writer and singer and the whole package. What the package? Playboy known as Big Brown Beaver. I actually can't. Gain on the bass is pretty high. That's just the way I like it, baby. I run. Ricks are already known for being high-endy and clicky. Don't do that. That switch is down in the bridge position. It always is. Volumes, tones, wide open. And that was running clean through my champ. No effects. It's just that dirty. But I run a Tommy the Cat. No, I'm not that good. Modulation issues. My name is Mud. I don't actually know any Primus songs except for Southbound Peccator. I don't know what Steelheart is. Pretty good, but you're no Mark Knopfler. Chet Atkins 2, Mark Knopfler. Nice. Nice. I was talking about something. My name is Mud. Rory Desjardins ordered a sticker this week for the W100. Awesome. Yeah. That truck's looking good. Jack Bruce. Big fan. Big fan. For sure. Need to get the ramp truck and banana shirt so I can have something to wear when my Dead Dodge Garage shirt is in the wash, says Jeff Militich. I will do that. I now actually have, because I keep ordering test shirts, I now have a DDG shirt for every day of the week. Yes, Brady, that is a Rickenbacker. 4001. Legit. Connor Lake Havasu, I'm converting my Duster to the correct number of pedals. What is your opinion of hydraulic versus Z-bar? Honestly, hydraulic clutches work pretty well, and I'm starting to understand why they exist. It's pretty simple once you get the basics of setting them up. I've done a couple now. I used to be 100% Z-bar guy. Now, my cars still have Z-bars. I'm putting a Z-bar on the Barracuda. But hydraulic is a fine option. It's expensive, but, you know, it might be easier than trying to track down the right Z-bar and the right linkage bits and all that. So, dealer's choice. I mean, they both do work. Scoop's playing his bass right now. Frank Goldburn. Aloha, Jimmy. Can you give me a quick overview? I have a single rear wheel W350 tow truck. Want to go to a dually axle. Which are better gears, 354s or 456s? We'll be driving more highway than around town. Well, 456 is going to give you more takeoff, and when you're hauling, that's a good thing. 354 will be much better on the highway. The other important question, though, is your tire height. If that's a W350, if it's sitting as high as those tend to, and you're running a really tall tire, the 456 might not be as bad as us people in hot rod land might expect, but might want to do some RPM calculations for highway speed and figure out what that's going to look like. I mean, 354 is absolutely going to be nicer on the highway, but 456 for a hauling heavy stuff, you might want that gearing. Barracuda, how much welding involved with those connectors? All of it. They're fully welded. Paul Wortman, have you ever had a guitar plecked? No, I have not. Too fancy. I've set up many guitars myself, and now Galactica, Joe there is really good at setting stuff up. So I straightened the neck on this Rick part way. I repaired the bridge part way. I fixed a pickup problem, did some wiring stuff. What else did I do? I don't know, but I didn't want to intonate it, and so I just handed it to him. He charged me a setup fee that was super reasonable for the amount of time I know he put into it. Because he also leveled the high-end frets. There were some buzzing issues. He fixed all of that. It plays amazing now. So that was $60 well spent. Super happy with that. But no, I've never been anywhere near a pleck machine. Answer 14. I think a snappy small block four-door Dart's a fine machine. A-body four-doors are one of the next inevitable phases, right? There are people there. They've been there for years. Yes. Rhoda X Twins. Suffice to say, frame connectors and torque boxes stiffened it up. Oh, yeah, buddy. Yeah. Yup. Highly recommend. Thomas Hubbs. Just got my dad's 69 Dart GT that's been in a field since the late 80s. What's the best way to separate the front wheel hub from rusted out drum, or where to buy new hubs? I don't know on new hubs, but there is only one way to separate the drum and the hub. And what you have to do is cut the swedge. A swedge is a section of the stud, in this case the wheel stud, which is mushroomed out over the drum. And that is what holds those two pieces together. You cannot press the studs out. You cannot beat the studs out until you cut that swedge. Now, there's a special tool for this called a swedge cutter. That's an option. But there is also such a thing as a hole saw, and you're going to ruin it, but it would probably do the job. I've heard that done. So a hole saw bit, whatever you would call that fits perfectly over the threads of the stud, should be able to go down and cut the little swedge section. So do that. Does your hemp have an 11 and how often do you go there? No. Jeff Milicic is going to bring up Leo Kottke, assuming that's how you say his name, every week, I guess? Or someone is? Jerry was a race car driver. He does some pretty good picking and slapping on the bass all the time. He's amazing. Yes, blah blah says 440 Source is coming out with a new performance 440 block. Yes, they are. Just Mopar Joe did a good video on that. Yes, a Rocket Resto shirt or two would make life complete. I need to do that. Mark Howley, what was the cruising RPM of the Dart in 5th? I discussed that in the video, but Scoop plays a Strat. I knew that. Cruising RPM of the Dart, 65 miles an hour, 2,200 RPM. 55, which was actually 60, 55 to 60, 1,900 RPM. Quite good. 3.7 rear gear and TKX with overdrive, obviously. Birdie Dog, do they sell undercoating in a spray can? Yes, they do, right down at the parts house. Don't get it on you. McLovin still wants to see a Rocket Resto shirt with the blue lettering, the Mopar dealership lettering that he put up on the side of the back shop. Be pretty cool. Excuse me. Okay. Shaggy says, Alpha, from what I found, they modified GMC, Chevy, and Dodge, ranging from half-ton short, half-ton removable Blazer Ram Charger. Interesting. Yeah, okay, yeah, never heard of Alpha. Yes, as Rooster mentioned, this is what I was alluding to, and I said you should do the calculation on that. There is a calculator for gears and tire size for figuring RPM. Yeah. McClellan says Tremec has a great gear ratio calculator, and he did drop a link to that. Oh. Hey, yeah, I guess someone needs to tell someone else we have a strict no politics rule in this live stream. No politics allowed. We will send you to the corn. Paul's got it. Uh-huh. You can have one. After that, it's the corn for you. Scoop's going to the corn next. Mark M. Jamie, maybe a stupid question. Thought I saw somewhere a while back the axle buttons need to be removed when installing green bearings. Yes, correct. No buttons for green bearings. The green bearing holds the axle in place, the axle shaft in place. When you have the tapered bearings, you have to set the end play so they can do the thing. Green bearings don't have that, and you need the buttons out. Okay. Birdie Dog. Jamie, you ever play a late 50s, early 60s Gibson ES335? No, but I dropped a 1972 Gibson ES335 on its headstock, borrowed, I should mention, on its headstock on stage in 2005. Luckily, the owner was cool about it, and the repair is invisible. Adam Murakowski, do you prefer a 383 over a 440? I like both. Prefer's tough because I've had many 383s I loved. I always thought 383 was the best. I like the one in my Charger, but I think the first, and I got to think about this. Hang on. I could be wrong, but I don't think I've ever owned a running 440, driving 440 powered vehicle until the Banana. And that is a low compression motorhome engine, and it immediately impressed me. We do like 440s, obviously. Which one do I like more? Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough call. Don't make me pick. Brady Dog, Jamie, are you going to run for political office? Only if they make a new party just for me. The Shaggy, where should I send you pictures of the Ram Charger? deaddodgegarage@gmail.com works. Yes, Rooster sent a warning shot over the bow. No political comments. A car party. All right, this is one of my dad's favorite jokes, apparently. Or so I've been told. Stupid Americans went to a Coke party, almost drowned. Party? I want to go to a party. Can we call it the Mo Party? Hard Rock, Vermont. Jamie, I know my computer pulls timing if I run 87 in my Scat Pack. Will that damage my fuel system? No. Party at Jamie's. Uncle Ted's 335? No. Mike Brunello prefers a 400. Those are great too. Once you fix everything wrong with them, namely the cast cranks. Brian doesn't recall seeing the phone go flying today. It did. Lots of yeehaws though. Another gooder one. Headed for bed. Good night from Winnipeg. Thanks for being here, Brian. Appreciate that. Blah Blah says, I like 400s and 318s. I'm convinced I can make 500 horse with the 318 someday. Naturally aspirated? That's a goal. I'm not saying it's impossible, but that's a goal. Stock parts aren't going to 500, I can tell you that. Mike Brunello wants a Little Red Wagon with a 12-valve Cummins. I don't believe in the Cummins in short bed half-ton trucks. Cummins engines are for work, in my opinion. Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a rubber room with a rubber rat. The rat made me crazy. Brady Dog, have a good one. Good luck. Wow. Imda is here and says, I have a reject Gibson acoustic from the Kalamazoo factory. Failed quality inspection because of visible glue lines. Sounds amazing. Nice. Yeah, that's it, answer 14. I don't care who a guy is. If he bolts a 410 gear behind even a smoggy 440, it's going to be a bit rowdy, and I love it. Yeah, buddy. Normal stuff, Mark King. What's up with you? How's the PT gasser going? We've got the frame almost fully stripped. I still need a solid front axle to put under it, and I'd like a manual gearbox, although I might have one, but then I have to do crossover steering. Things get complicated. Blah, blah, with boost. Twin turbos on a 318. No problem. You can make 400 NA. Anyway, other than that, have not touched the PT itself. It's still sitting right where it was. Tumbleweed says maybe you should come up with another t-shirt tuning cars and guitars. Oh, I do like that. I do like that. Tony Sampaio, your preference, manual or automatic? Manual for anything fun. For a daily driver, I actually prefer an automatic, and I don't mind it for a hauler either, although I'm putting a stick in my ramp truck for good reason. BoobTube is fanboying. Might buy merch. Not. I don't care what you buy or don't buy, but thanks for hanging out. Cummins PT Cruiser. No. Why do people keep retracting messages? This is ridiculous. Twin Turbo 318 for the PT. No. DeSoto Hemi. Oh, kidding. I will buy merch. I was kidding. Thank you. It's not a loyalty test or anything. Rich Racker, easy for you to say. You still got good knees. So that's the other thing. Yeah. Barracuda's baby wants to party all the time. I don't know what that is, but I do know that I got a woman damn it. Stays drunk all the time, right? I got a little woman and she won't be true. My voice is still blown out from last night. Worse than normal. Yeah. Jeff Hutchins, available heads are the problem with making huge power in a small block Mopar. Yeah! You ever heard of W2s? How about W5s or whatever? They exist. But they go to make the power. You get pretty far away from stock. Factory. OE. You know what I'm talking about. BoobTube wants to see more first-gen CUDA content. Coming up, we're going to put together the garbage can in the near future. I hope. Dean Stevens' spelling is super good. Got it. Blah, blah. When is the next Flying Banana video, Jamie? I don't know. I'm going to focus on the Barracuda. There's no way the banana gets done in time to do anything this year. But the Barracuda still could. Excuse me. I didn't see any comments from him earlier, but I now see our very own Mopar Sam Squatch from 40 minutes ago. Look at that tin grill. So good. I love that truck. Also, I don't know, Alan, if you've been going through all the comments, but and it's your truck, obviously. But popular opinion seems to be in favor of leaving it two-tone brown. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Jeff R., was it a Morning Orange gig last night? Yes. Any footage on the interwebs? Not yet, but the whole set is going to be posted on a YouTube channel called No_Tape, but it's not up yet. He will have it up sometime in the near future. So I'm keeping an eye out for that. When it's up, I will share it. Hard Rock Vermont says the Dart Sport piece was excellent. Thank you. Appreciate that. Jeff Militich says Alan needs a Prudence for his truck dash. I know what he's getting for Christmas. BoobTube, any dates for autographing? No. I did sign a young man's visor in his C-body wagon at Woodburn last year. That was fun. Mark King, how's your brother's project going? Which one? He's still doing metalwork on the Roadrunner. He can't do anything on his Charger until that's like done. So he's working on that bit by bit. I don't know how it's going. I think he's making another video, but we'll see. Scoop dropped his snack again. Oh, MattBo13. I knew people were going to ask. Oh, End of Time is here with a beer. Nice. I knew people were going to ask eventually. I've had two questions today. What's up with the red 4Runner? That is a friend's brother's. I fixed what was wrong with it. I had to tow it here. They were moving, and so it had to be moved. No hurry. All right, great. Just what I needed. So I towed it here, charged the battery, put belts back on it. It had blown a belt for some reason. Fixed all that stuff. Was literally done with it. Turned around, realized it had a fan shroud that someone had removed, and it was in the back of the thing. So now I need to take the fan back off, because it was taken apart when it got here. I need to take the fan back off to get the shroud in, put all that back together, and then I mentioned to the guy, oh, well, I need to do this, and hey, did you know the power steering is leaking? And he said, yeah, it's literally been leaking for years. Would you like to do a power steering pump? No, but I guess I will. Anyway, it's a 3VZE. You don't want it. It smokes on startup. Yeah. Alan has decided what color the truck will be. He is not spoiling. Do not forget to hit the like button. Thank you, Mark. Oh, K Don't Play is in the house, and thanks for reminding me to like. Nice. Blah, blah. Are you going to duct tape drags? If so, which car would you take? Here's the problem. I wanted to do that this year, and I'm running out of time to decide because the tickets sell out, whatever. My brother and I discussed going down there and then running, and then I would come home, and then he would go on some road trip or something. We have a family thing that ended up booked on the same day. It's the only time everyone was available, except, you know, we weren't going to be available tentatively. I could bail on the family thing. I bailed on it last year, and so I would feel bad. And my car is still in pieces. So I would need to buy tickets for duct tape if I want to race, which would be the whole point. I would need to buy tickets like now, like maybe yesterday, but they still had them when I looked. And then like I'm committed, but my car is still in pieces. Crippled Chrysler Garage just became a member. Thank you for that. Nice. Good alliteration. That's a great channel name. Sister channel, Crippled Chrysler Garage. So that was a long way to explain that I probably won't be at No Name. Yeah, I probably won't. Or not No Name. I'm still trying to get there. But I don't know if that's going to happen either. Duct Tape. I probably will not be at Duct Tape. Although I wanted to. Oh, wow. Kay says, today my pa got a 340 running. We're about to hit the field. Hell yeah. Have fun. If I were to go to Duct Tape, I would want to take my Barracuda that I'm piecing together out of old garbage. It would be really fun. I don't know that it would classify for Battle of the Beaters. I mean, it's a piece of garbage with the worst paint job in the world. It's half made out of fiberglass, but those are kind of valuable cars now, kind of. I did entertain thoughts, and Brady would love this, of taking the 81 Challenger to an event like that. But, yeah. Logan Baumgartner, as it turns out, Gabe's C-Body wagon you signed the visor on left us stranded last Friday after going to the drive-in theater. New water pump soon. That's hilarious. Yes, Gabe. I remember Gabe. Gabe's character. Gabe struck me as the life of the party. Yes, fixed on a garage. Word around the campfires. Mark is getting his car back from the feds. Isn't that nice? He already got it back, actually. So, yeah. That means at some point I'm going to be doing stuff on that car, which I am actually looking forward to. Gopher Garage says run the ramp truck at Duct Tape Drags. Yeah, and leave the drive shaft on the strip. No, that would be really fun. I wanted to run the ramp truck with the car on the back. Mark King is headed to bed, and his ass is old, apparently. Have a great week. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much, Mark. Appreciate that. Thanks for being here. Answer 14. Is duct tape a matter of doing it right or just slapping it together? Which do you think? Axel Addict, or AXL. You need a Barracuda split bench seat? I don't know. No, I have... excuse me. I have Ford Econoline fixed bucket seats for that car. It's going to be awesome. Hot Shoe, a friend, guy I know, friend, strong word. A friend stuck an LS in his 69 Barracuda. Should I kill him? You're going to hate my brother. Nice. Rich Riker says, ramp truck with car on it would win class. Yeah, there would be no one else in that class. No Beret has upgraded from simply No Beret to No Beret 4x4. And says, I made it. Now entertain me. All right, I'll do my best. What? Oh, to like the stream, you click the X on the chat, Rooster. That's what Kay said. You click the X on the chat so you can get to the like button. And then you reopen the live chat when you're done. Drive what you love, I say. Yeah. Garbage. My neck is killing me. Again. I remember why my seat was lower. Tin Can Trucker says, good evening, great job on the Dart Sport. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Excuse me. Oh, that's funny. Patrick Sullivan, quite some time ago, said, it's a potato show for me at 360p. Well, if the image was moving at all, you were in the minority. But the bad internet logo has gone away, so I'm sure we're actually in motion Technicolor at this point. So many comments. Let's see how the Dart Sports video doing. Dart Sport videos doing. I apostrophe S'd the wrong word. It was 13,000 last time I checked. 13.2. It's 14.4 now. It is trucking right along. Nice. Almost 15,000 views. That's a lot for me. Plymouth on Plywood is out. It's past my bedtime. Yes, we're getting toward the normal end time for the stream. Of course, I was very late today. I'll probably hang out a little late, but I am hungry. And if I get a message from Mrs. Jamie saying dinner is dinner, I'm out of here. But yeah, everybody hopping out for the evening. I know it's very late on the other coast, so I do thank you for hanging out. And we will see you later in the comments and other things. Wow, Old Iron with a super cold take. Colin shouldn't make a Daytona, not to start that debate again, but the window thing is dang near permanent once it's done. I should hope so. It better be permanent. Tin Can Trucker. What? Old Iron, that has been his dream for years, and it's been 3 years since he secured the deal for that car. It has been his dream and plan the entire time. He just bought a 70 Charger fender. He needs to get a second one and a hood. He'll be fine with that. Tin Can Trucker. What's next to fill the empty lift? Already done. Vivian starts up there. And looking good. I took a picture to send to her, and maybe I can find it. Yeah, there we go. 1963 Dodge Dart GT. That is the car I'm building the Slant 6 for. Needed the car here because we're using the cylinder head, the cam and lifters, and then all the engine dress stuff, I think. And so we've got to pluck that engine. We probably would have done that this week, except the day we were going to do it, we ended up having to do a radiator on Tracy's Charger. I didn't know that's what we were doing, but that's what we did. So we did not pull the engine out of the Dart. Honestly, it worked out because then we ended up putting it on the drive-on lift. We're going to pull the engine on the drive-on lift, and then it'll just stay up there the whole time the engine's out. So we don't have to push it or anything. Crippled Chrysler Garage said, have always enjoyed your channel, Jamie. You're the most knowledgeable Mopar source I follow. Thank you very much for that. What do you think of RB440s? I was just singing their praises about 20 minutes ago. The only 440 I've ever had, I think, that ran, the only 440 vehicle I've owned, I think, unless I'm forgetting something, is the Flying Banana. And that engine runs amazing. And it's literally the worst 440. It's a cast crank motorhome engine with a set of pistons. They're not even that high compression. They are flat tops, higher than stock, but they're pretty far down in the hole. So it's not like it's a super high performance unit or anything. But anyway, 440s are great. I like 383s too. The thing is, like, small blocks are my happy place. Always have been. Always will be. But big blocks and Hemis, I could be happy there. Brian Sigourney also piling on the comments, compliments, something about me being eloquent and articulate and well-spoken. Thank you very much. Were you on the debate team in school or theater? Just curious. Nope. No, I was not. I took a speech class, but that wasn't about speaking or voice really or any of that stuff. It was about arranging a speech. That was in college. I'm just like this. I don't know, man. Oh, hold on. I just got here. Yeah. You're good. It's fine. Yeah, 383s are awesome, Al, for sure. I've always loved those. Driveway Misfits, Chris, I'm not working tomorrow. Let's chat until sunrise. I have to do a mail truck tomorrow and start removing a Slant 6 from a Dart, which leads to a question from Grasshopper Cruz. What's on tap for Engine Wednesday, Jamie? Well, I'm hoping we're doing some diagnosis on the Slant 6 and Vivian's Dart and then pulling it out and opening it up to see what we've got. I don't know if that will be done in time for this weekend, this Wednesday, though. I'm not sure. Kind of depends on how tomorrow goes. And I have to do a damn mail truck. So I have multiple other Engine Wednesdays in the wings. And so what I may do, if it looks like the Slant 6 thing isn't going to be ready for this week, it'll be next week. And so what I may do is grab one of those because I could just kind of knock it out real quick. I've got a 392 Hemi to tear down, but it's covered in grease. It's been covered in grease for decades, and so it's grease and muck. It's bad. So I need to clean all that crap off so I can take it apart. And then I also have Tom's 440 that came with the Superbird. It was not the original engine. But yeah. McLovin says on the Superbird thing, or Daytona thing, the wing car thing, McLovin says, Colin was touching my Cornet fenders longingly when you guys stopped by a few weeks ago. Stay away from my fenders, Colin. Well, those are for a Superbird, not for a Treasure Daytona. Mikey314, Dart Sport video was great. Did you assemble the stroker? No, I did not. That was a crate engine from ATK. Yeah. Jeff Militich said the 63 Dart is a mini Chrysler Newport. I talked about that in my, I think it was my last 64 Dart GT video. I never realized before, my black 64 GT. I had never realized before that car, when I got it cleaned up, stepped back and looked at the trunk, the shape of the trunk lid and the shape of the quarters and just the general look of the back end of the car in particular. Yeah, it really is 63 Ford Chrysler, but small. It's pretty cool. Johnny Gross, did you read a lot of Mopar action magazines? No, I had a subscription to, I think it was Mopar Action for a time, but not long. And did I read them? I don't even know. I have a pile of them somewhere. Yeah. Answer 14 says, years ago, Direct Connection sold a performance head for the Slant 6. I did not know that. Rich Riker says, I was on the debate team, but I sucked. And David, my friend, of course, who's been in various videos, says that I curse very eloquently, too. And I belch. That's true, yeah. Hot Shoe missed out on a cutaway 440 six-pack exhibit. That sucks. Evan got a cutaway head. Big block head. Super cool. Tom's supposed to do a video on that. He hasn't done it, though. Old Iron says, Slant 6 versus Iron Duke durability test when? If I could drain all the oil out of one of the mail trucks, that would be fun. C-Body Garage. Hi, Jamie. How difficult is it to replace valve seals on a 440? I assume it's in... Oh, crap. Kenneth Frederickson corrected me. Yes, the Cornet wagon has a 440. I put it in there, but I didn't own it at the time. Yeah, stage time. I've had a lot of stage time. I've been performing at shows and stuff since 2005, but I was always awkward. Never been good. Never was good at like talking in front of an actual crowd. I'd like to think I've gotten better at it, but I've been doing it for, 20 years. My music career is almost old enough to drink. I've been playing 22 years, but gigging for 20. Anyway, how difficult is it to replace valve seals on a 440? Well, it's as difficult as anything else. I assume you're talking in the car. Rockers have to come off. You could use the compressed air method. A billion people commented on my compressed air valve seal job on the 65 Barracuda for Dave and said, use rope, put rope in there. Well, air worked fine, but yeah, I guess you could do rope. There are options. Oh, man. Al, we have way more than 37 likes. It's way more than that. That would have been probably when you came in, I believe. It's pizza time for Rooster? Yeah, I'm not going to stay too much longer. I've only been here an hour 20, and I do apologize for being so late tonight, but circumstances beyond my control. Yeah, Brian Sigourney says we've got 164 likes on his end. That sounds about right. That AMC guy is here and says, use expanding foam to do your valve seals. Yeah, perfect. Oh, no beret is now just no beret again. Huh. Had pizza at Zia's in San Diego today. I do not recommend. All right. Tim Jefferson is late. Nice. Wow, I changed my channel back somehow. Yeah, you did. What happened? Yeah. I'm not reading that. Stephen Andrews' YouTube page says just one like. It was mine. Yeah, he was in real early. No beret? Send that man a beanie. He might already have one. Yes, beret. Oh my god. Nicholas Johnson, nice mixing board. What is it? This is a Ramsa. It's not the Ramsa that Nirvana recorded on. It's a couple years newer than that, but it's still a pretty good one. I love this thing. It's been making sweet sounds for me for years now. It's on perma-loan from a friend. Is that a 12-string Les Paul on the back wall? No. That is a 12-string 335 copy. I bought that off eBay straight out of China for $140 in 2008. That's my Les Paul. It was converted to 12-string by a friend. It was a six-string, typical 335 ripoff when I got it. Good night, Grasshopper Cruise. Thanks for hanging out. Again, I do understand it's very late on the other coast, so if you're dipping out, thanks for being here, and we will see you later. Yeah, I'll play a song, I guess. Blah Blah says, Summit Racing selling new Gen 3 Hemi blocks. Interesting. Rooster made me laugh. No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. Sorry, but it wasn't that. It was something else. Was it your first real six-string? Yep. Hard Rock Vermont, thanks for answering my questions. My technician wouldn't appreciate the 11 p.m. call. Yes. Yeah, I love the Ramsa. It needs a cleaning really, really bad. And I actually have. Absolute worst. I actually have some contact cleaner now, thanks to one of you. But I haven't done anything with it. Hot Shoe found his old Socks and Martin adjustable pinions number in storage. Nice! I'm in the market for another one. I was planning to build it. Yeah. All right. Let's see if we can find out what this do without whacking the rig. I actually I hate a lot of music, but I hate the summer of '69. I hate it so bad. Whatever. John Chapman is here and says, great video on the Dart Sport. Thank you. Appreciate that. Don't know that. Weird. Old Iron says the audio is so bad. It shouldn't be. It's crystal clear on my end. Robert Fitch, how many channels is that RAM so I can only see the first 14? Says 16. Summer 69 is still overplayed. Play Barracuda. I've done that before. I don't want to. Can't explain. It's funny how dirty the Rick sounded compared to this. These things have P90s, but they're still not like... They even say Duncan designed on them. But they don't do that much. Sandy Hill says, Wagon Wheel's the one I hate to play. I actually like playing that song. I now charge a $50 tip in advance to play it. That's funny. Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. There is a Johnny Cash song that Well, okay. Put it to you this way. As much as I like Johnny Cash, I played in a band that played a lot of boom click country, mostly Johnny Cash, and it's not a good memory. Play any Stevie Ray Vaughan. Yeah, poorly. That almost sounded like the beginning of Flirting with a Disaster. Sometimes I wish I was good. How about a little Marty Robbins? No, can't do it. I'm a fan, but yeah. No ABBA. Give me 3 steps. No. I used to play Simple Man, but I can't sing that. Hard Rock Vermont is a professional bass player. Well, I'll be damned. That's cool. Me too, sometimes. We ain't good, but we're loud. How about some Prine? I've been playing a lot of John Prine. Why do I always do that? I can't not do it. Can't do it well, but... Sent the email. I was curious, would a 23 spline 727 converter with a counterweight be okay if I remove the weight? Yes. Yep, just take the weight off. Everything's fine. So, it's funny I bought this guitar back. The thing I remember about it is compared to the J Mascis, the pickups were a little underwhelming, and it just didn't quite have the same vibe. I think I'm going to have to get pickups for it because these are not... Should be way crunchier in this amp. That ain't right. I give up. Peter Frampton? No. Well. It's funny, as much as I love the J Mascis guitar that I keep mentioning, I've really never spent any time listening to Dinosaur Jr. That one song, I guess. Anyway. Oh, and I saw him play drums in Witch. Messenger switched to night mode. Robert Fitch. A cover band I was once in used to say we take requests only if it's written on a $100 bill. One night somebody handed us one with Stairway to Heaven on it. We earned it, if only barely. Wow. Isn't this a car show? Hey, that pot's bad. Sometimes it's a car show. Any ELO? No. I like Showdown, though. Raining all over the world. I don't know a single song that anyone has mentioned. I used to have a master list. I still do. But I used to. Did I unpinned it? Oh, it's gone forever now. Yeah, I haven't learned any of those. Oh, I still need to figure out My Sweet Lord, but I haven't done that. I'm just gonna play. And go home. You can't play Rush by yourself on a guitar. I did the Turtle song too recently. Devil Went Down to Georgia. I had to learn to play that on violin so I could stop playing violin. Radar Love is good. Also not really good by yourself with a guitar. Do love Shaq. I've referenced that a couple times. Oh, Those Shoes is a great song, actually. That's a great one, for sure. I'm not good enough to play Zappa. Dylan said he's messing around with his car, obviously. Just got it. It's Chris this morning. He's a pinball wizard, got to be a trick. Transmission feels amazing to shift. And the wheels look, dare I say, good in person. Yeah, Lane got it. Not a Joe Walsh fan. Not at all. I love that amp. You can't hear how good it sounds from where you're sitting. Did I say I don't like Joe Walsh? I really don't like Joe Walsh. I played. Wait, didn't I? Didn't I play a bit of Flirting with Disaster like 5 minutes ago? Something like that. An Ozzy tribute does seem appropriate. I played Paranoid 2 weeks ago badly for a minute. I wore my Black Sabbath shirt to the show last night. I don't know what I can play. That ain't it. See, this would almost be better with a bass in my hand. It would be better. Nope, can't do it. War Pigs, another one. Not a band. Little pig, let me in. Alright, I'm bored. Copperhead Road features a Dodge. I wouldn't say it's about a Dodge necessarily. I think it's about making drugs. Yeah, I can't sing AC/DC either. The only no, it's something like that. Same things I didn't want to say. good. Mohair Sam's a good one, but I don't know how to play it. I think... Hell yeah. Three Little Pigs. Green Jelly? Or Green Jello? Pre-lawsuit? Deep cuts. I've heard of the Demonics. Robert B. Love that Mopar life. Bet you know some blues. Well, that one right. There it is. Hello. I don't know that one. P90s do rule. Old Iron says, the audio is so ruined for me, everything sounds like Iron Man. I'm done. According to the band, jelly with umlauts over the Y is pronounced jello. That's good to know. That's good to know. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I am gonna go eat something. Rooster wonders if I can play the intro for money for nothing. I'm not that good. Good enough. Guess I won't play guitar with my feet anymore. I've done that. Hey, the bad internet logo is back just in time. It's been a time and a half. Excuse me. He dropped his snack. Dirty Dodge has done dirt cheap. Nice. I'm putting the guitar down. Alan has the body of an 80-year-old sometimes. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Much appreciated. I am hungry, and I'm going to leave. And yeah, if you haven't finished the Dart Sport video, feel free to do that. It is roughly feature film length. And I do apologize, but I cut an hour of footage out. You know, that makes you feel better. I'm getting the bad internet sign. It's a good reason to leave. What's on the agenda this week? I don't know. Working on a Dart. Neon RT video is mostly done. Alan, we need a starter. I'll get one. You know, whatever. We just need one. Because somebody burned up the starter. It was me. I did it. Me. Will the hour you cut be on the DVD? No. Hot Shoe likes the long format. Yeah, you know, I mean, there will be long videos. There will be short videos. Yeah, my internet has gone back to hell. All right. Neon RT. dart stuff? I don't know. Yeah, we'll try some wedges on Perky. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. If that head comes off. Oh, that would be really nice. Until then, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you later. Patrick Sullivan says, no apology needed. You're a legit builder, in my opinion, now. I think I already was. Okay. Thanks, everybody. See you later. Bye. Bye-bye. Yes, I'm on it. I got the wedges. I'm on it. Conan joke? Oh, it's in the trunk of my car. I love that, man. Bye. Thanks. See ya.